Hi Australia, no one's told you officially yet, but in the next 3 months we'll be having an election. Hooray! And the choices of who will run this country will come down to Toxic Waste Peter and Coal Pusher Albo. And they are both funded by big fossil fuels, who will win either way. The coalition will tear down climate regulations, destroy the energy transition, distract with nuclear power in order to use more fossil fuels for longer. Oh, and probably take us out of the Paris Agreement too. And Labor will continue to expand coal and gas projects for export, further increasing Australia's climate pollution overseas. We are amazing at destroying the world from here. For the next few months, they'll all be scrambling for power using whatever means they have. The coalition's plan involves using Toppen Gurun to churn out tons of cheap memes and disinformation. Shadowy groups are already confusing voters by running fake independent candidates in electorates like Barawa. And Australia's richest person, Gina Rinehart, is taking long lunches with Australia's favourite xenophobe, Pauline Hanson, in Thailand. Asia is being swamped by Australians. Very weird. And of course, Gina has been flying Peter Dutton to dinner. And then there's coal baron Clive Palmer, who spent $60 million last election to split the vote, and now he's trying to trademark terms like teal and the Clive and Pauline party. Well, I tell you what, if you do get an invite to that party, it is BYO non-ethnic food. So, over the next 100 days, the internet is going to be filled with colossal amounts of bullshit. And this week, Meta axed their fact checkers, which means the internet is going to be filled with more bullshit than ever. These fossil-funded groups are going to try to convince you that up is down is up, coal and gas are good for your digestive system, and microplastics in your semen will give you superpowers. It's going to be opposite day every day for 100 days. But we can do something. We've dusted off It's Not a Race, and we are now back in action. We can push back on these fossil-fueled fight disinformation with information. Debunk, pre-bunk, fact-check and ridicule with a team of digital experts, journalists and comedians. We've done it before. We did it last election. You might have seen one of our hilarious sketches, shared one of our wonderful memes, maybe even seen ScoMo in the wild. Also, you might have seen a burning kangaroo billboard in Times Square. So the bad news is we didn't fix climate change, but the good news is we still can. You see, a fossil fuel funded major party only holds the balance of power in the lower house by 1 seat. This election, if we can put a few more climate action oriented crossbench in, then climate change will be taken seriously by the Australian government for the very first time. Over the next 30 days, we want to raise $300,000 and build a war room of meme makers for facts and climate action. We'll make graphics, videos, explainers, big billboards, and bite-sized bits of content for social platforms that you can share in your family's group chats. And we're going to be spending half of that money raised on a digital media strategy, spreading that message to social media accounts in electorates that need to see it most. And we're going to do all of this because we cannot be beholden to a climate-wrecking coalition once more. It is simply too dangerous for Australians and the world. We don't have time. We can do something. Chip in to It's Not a Race now and help us send these fossil fools packing. Chip in as little as $5 at itsnotarace.razely.com. Authorised by D. Illich, It's Not a Race, Surrey Hills.